Hello everyone, welcome back to Dana Builds. I am Dana, of course, and we are back in Willow Creek for yet another rebuild. This is part of my ongoing project to rebuild Willow Creek, and we are at, I believe it's the that's the Daisy Hovel is where we are. We're at the Daisy Hovel, which is a horrible name. And we are going to build another starter home. It's going to be one bedroom, just like the house that was here before, but there's going to be a bit of a surprise in the backyard because this lot is I believe it's a 30 by 20, which is pretty big for a starter home. So I had extra space in the backyard, and I didn't want it to look like a house that was sitting in the middle of a field. So this is me just doing the exterior of the home. I did it a bit differently because normally I start with the wall at the front and then work my way out and try to figure out what I want the front to look like. But I had already built this house, and it wasn't until I'd finished building it that I realized I had forgotten to record it. So I had to rebuild it again. So that's why it's going quite a bit faster to get the design of this house, because I had already built it before. So I just redid it. So now we're going to the inside, and we are going to start dividing up for rooms. The bedroom for this house is at the front. So it is where that little bump out with the window is, that's going to be the bedroom. And then there's no separation between the kitchen and living room. I wanted an open one this time. So that's what I did. And that small little room at the back, just off the living room, is an office. So this house has office space, or alternatively, if someone wanted to change that so that it was another bedroom for a child or whatever, there's certainly room to do that. So this house could double as either a one bedroom home with an office or a 2-bedroom home. So now I'm just doing the paint colors. I decided to do the paint very neutral. I normally do it in my starters anyway, because that way I have a little bit more flexibility as to what furniture I can put in, and I'm not trying to match walls. And more often than not, I usually do fairly neutral paint unless I have a very specific theme in mind for a room. And I really like these counters. I think they look really modern, and they are base game, so anyone can have access to them. And we have a tiny little eat-in kitchen, and then we're into the living room. Again, these are base game furniture, but this is not a base game only house. It's fairly limited into the number of packs that I used, but as you can see, that little that futon-y type bed, or whatever that is, that bed is from City Living, because I wanted a cheap bed, but I get tired of looking at that same cheap bed. That's a double bed from base game. So I decided to use that one instead. And there we have our little office. It's got a desk and a shelving unit. There's no computer in there because I didn't realize I hadn't put one in until I started editing, and by then there was no money. So if I play in this, I do have a sim that I created for this house. He's a critic, so when he needs to use a computer, he'll have to go to the library, or he'll have to save up to buy one. So that's fine, because despite not having a computer, I am really pleased with the final product of this house. And as you can see, I did the bedroom in red. Red is my absolute favorite color, and normally in my builds, something red does creep in. It may not be a whole room. It might be just something small, like in the last build I did. I believe the curtains in the bedroom had a little kiss of red in them. So if you pay attention to my builds, you'll see there's always something red. It could be a red room, or just one little red decoration, but that's because I absolutely adore red. And so I'm just putting the finishing touches on the house. The artwork is from Strangerville. I really thought it was nice and funky with the older looking cars in them, and I felt that they went very well with the color schemes in both the bedroom and the living room. And I really like that little plant that I put on the coffee table from the Mountain Escape. And now I'm just getting started on the exterior of the house. And I did put the chess table here. It doesn't last. I decided, well, I don't really like it on the front porch. And now here comes, oh, we got the garbage. Here comes the backyard surprise. Yes, I built a gazebo in the backyard of a starter home. And I did it mostly just because there's so much space. Now, if this had been a house for, say, a couple with a child or a single sim with a child, I may have done, seen if I could make it like a play area or something. But because this is a single sim, I decided that perhaps he might enjoy having a little outdoor seating area in a gazebo. And I did it slightly off center because I didn't like the way it looked, like smack dab in the middle. And then you can see I'm just trying to figure out what to do with this chess table. And then I thought, no, I don't want it there, and I didn't want a barbecue in there. I had thought about it, but I don't know, something about it. I just didn't like the way it looked. So it does take me some time to figure out what to do with it, but it does end up just being strictly a seating area. So if you have the welcome wagon come over, they can go sit in the gazebo if you want. They don't have a computer. He doesn't have a computer, so they can't go hop on that. And you know, I think that's so weird that when you have Sims that just randomly show up and they come in and they start getting on the computer. Like, who does that in real life? I know I would find it very strange if someone came to my house I'd never met before. Hi, how you doing? Oh, I'm just gonna go on your internet. So anyway, that's just an aside there. Something I find a bit strange about this game. I find several things strange, but that's one of them. And then when the roof took me a little bit because I wanted to do like a dome-shaped roof, but then when I did it, the columns would disappear, and then I figured out I could put them back if I just moved the furniture slightly. So that's what I did, because I really do like that dome, that glass dome on top of the gazebo. I think it makes it look so much better than just the plain roof. Excuse me. And then I decided, well, how's he going to get there? So I decided to put a back door on with a little step. And then I made a path, which I'm going to do in a minute. Yeah, I make a path from the gazebo to the house, and then I start on landscaping. And then I'm going to pick my absolute favorite tree. I love this tree. I don't know why. It's the weeping cherry tree, and it's very expensive, but I love that tree, so I decided to put it in. And then use debug for the rest of the landscaping, because money is almost gone at this point. And then I did those little vases. Those were debug or urns, I guess those are called urns, the ones at the end of the driveway, or the pathway actually, because he doesn't have a car. And then I like the hanging plants, so I fussed around with them for a while, and there we go. Fit those in there. And I ended up not doing anything with the chess table. He just doesn't have it. Yeah, so now I'm just finishing up the landscaping, and then that's it. And put up a mailbox, and then the house is done. So if you enjoyed this video, please like. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I upload new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And until then, I will see you soon, and I'll just let you enjoy the rest of this build. Take care. Bye-bye.